All right, are you tired of the same old beach resorts? Looking for a vacation package that is truly, and I mean truly, out of this world? Well, forget the usual spots, because we are going back in time to Mars. But hey, before you pack your bags, let's get crystal clear on what you're actually signing up for. So, what was Mars really like 1 billion years ago? Is it the getaway you've been dreaming of? Now, I bet I know what you're picturing. You're thinking of a younger, more vibrant Mars, right? Maybe some beautiful rivers carving through the landscape, vast blue lakes shimmering under a gentle sun, basically a paradise lost. Yeah, about that, you might want to pump the brakes on that image. Because by 1 billion years ago, that lush, wet Mars you're dreaming of, it was already ancient history. You've actually booked a trip to what scientists call the Amazonian period. And it is, well, it's a little different. So, first up on our travel itinerary, let's talk about the ambiance. Section 1, the atmosphere. Yeah, it kind of left the party early. So, why did it leave? Well, you can think a process called solar wind stripping. See, billions of years ago, Mars lost its global magnetic field. You can think of that as the planet's personal force field. Without it, the solar wind, this constant blast of particles from the sun, just spent centuries sandblasting the atmosphere away, molecule by molecule. And the result of that, the air that was left was incredibly, ridiculously thin. So thin, in fact, that liquid water just couldn't exist on the surface. If you tried to pour out a bottle of water, it would instantly either flash freeze into solid ice or boil away into nothing. So yeah, maybe leave the swim trunks at home. Oh, and did I mention it's cold? The average temperature here is a brisk minus 60 degrees Celsius. That's about minus 76 Fahrenheit. And at night, it can drop way, way below that. So you might want to pack a sweater. And then maybe a nuclear-powered heater to go with it. Okay, I hear you. It's freezing cold and there's no air. But don't you dare cancel your trip just yet. Every hostile wasteland has its attractions. Welcome to Section 2, Volcanoes and Ice Tours. Because here's the thing. 1 billion years ago, Mars was far from geologically dead. It wasn't some quiet, boring rock. Oh no, it was actually quite explosive. And I mean that in the most literal volcanic sense. Just to give you an idea of the scale we're talking about, forget Mount Everest. The volcanoes on Mars, like the famous Olympus Mons, were true giants. See, Mars doesn't have moving tectonic plates like Earth does, so these volcanoes just sat over geological hotspots for hundreds of millions of years, just growing to absolutely mind-boggling sizes. So, what's on the sightseeing list? You'll get to see active, giant volcanoes. There are massive lava flows stretching for miles and miles. You'll see enormous, dusty glaciers creeping across the land. And you get to see it all under this kind of beautiful, butterscotch-colored sky, all thanks to the fine dust hanging in the air. But wait, there's more. Every great vacation package comes with a little something extra, a freebie, if you will. Let's talk about Section 3. The radiation is a bonus. Remember that missing magnetic field we talked about? Well, besides letting the atmosphere just float away, it also means there's absolutely nothing to shield you from nasty cosmic rays and solar particles. You will get a killer tan. And when I say killer, I mean that quite literally. And the local weather? It can be a little unpredictable. On Earth, your forecast might warn you about some scattered showers. The forecast on Mars, though, it could include months-long planet-encompassing dust storms that literally darken the entire sky. It definitely adds to the ambiance. So, after all of that, you're still coming? Excellent! I really do admire your spirit. In that case, we absolutely have to go over your packing list. This is Section 4, your ultimate survival kit. Okay, let's run through this fast. You'll need a fully pressurized suit so your insides don't become your outsides. Don't forget to pack your own oxygen. The thin air is unbreathable. Heavy-duty radiation shielding is a must. Serious thermal insulation for that insane cold. And finally, some kind of protection from all that fine, abrasive dust that gets into everything. Simple. So what's the final verdict? What's the bumper sticker for this trip? Well, let's put it this way. Mars, 1 billion years ago, was absolutely a dynamic planet. Volcanoes, glaciers, massive storms, tons to see. But a habitable one? Not on the surface. No. And, that leaves us with a really fascinating final thought. If the surface was already a frozen, irradiated desert a billion years ago, then where, if anywhere, could life have possibly been hiding? It makes you wonder, Maybe the real adventure on ancient Mars wasn't on the surface at all, but somewhere deep beneath it.